What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back for another video. Today we're watching UnrealEntGaming and we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super. The Saiyans final stand against Destroyer Pharix. Beerus and Gohan train. Okay. Some more Beerus and Gohan training. Okay. We're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of Angel of Akko being shown bringing Whis, Beerus, and Gohan within the military training realm to train both Beerus and Gohan in combat, to which upon the early stages of their training with Whis and Akko being shown having to observe was when Whis went on to then chime in, and it's quite fascinating to observe, isn't it, brother? Both Lord Beerus and Gohan have shown commendable determination in wanting to see this training camp of yours through until the very end, and dare I even say, it would seem as though they are striving to break a few records here too, but what do you think so far, Whis questions? Since we've been here now for a little over an hour, which one of them do you believe will be the first to be successful in undergoing your training camp and reaching the levels of power in which they both seem to want to go and achieve? Do you think that it'll be the mortal Saiyan Gohan, or do you believe that it will be the God of Destruction Lord Beerus, with Angel of Akko responding, neither of them from what I can see if they both continue to keep this going. However, as we observe their spirited efforts, it is clear that they both possess remarkable potential, but the road in having them both reach their ultimate levels of power remains a lengthy one, Akko continues, as their current struggle, while impressive, are merely just the first steps on a much longer journey towards true mastery, and once I've seen that they are both willing and able to give me more than what they are shown giving me now, is when the true test in pushing them both beyond their limits will begin, with Whis responding, oh, so I see. And how much did you say again that those catching balls that they are trying to pull across that line over their ways, with Akko responding, given how I've given them the smaller orbs of the bunch, each of the catching balls that they are pulling weighs in at about 500,000 tons, to which as Beerus and Gohan were just about to cross the line was when Beast Gohan then went on to chime in, oh darn it, that's not fair, Lord Beerus. You tricked me into thinking that the chains were loosened so that way you can go and get a head start before me, and so that's not fair because you technically cheated, with Beerus responding, oh well, mortal, you snooze, you lose, and so don't go trying to blame me for something that you should have already thought twice about, because it looks as though like I'll be the one to go and finish this first between us, to which as Beerus was then shown doing, it was only just then with Beerus being shown now having to finally cross the finish line was when Beerus then went on to continue, which speaking of being the first to cross the finish line, there we finally go, and as I am the one who will be the first to complete this training camp between us, mortal, and not you, and so now but then it was only just upon with the chains around Beerus now having to be shown snapping and falling down to the ground was when Akko then went on to chime in, now don't get too far ahead of yourself just yet, God of Destruction, for you have only just began to traverse through the outer perimeter of your training, and so if you happen to harbor any thought that you were out of the woods just yet, then you might want to reconsider your optimism, because we are only now just beginning to peel back the layers of your potential, and especially as we now head into the next stage of our training, which conveniently now for you will just so coincidentally happen to involve hand-to-hand combat.
Not the hand-to-hand combat.
For this next drill will strip down the complexities of your power and focus solely on the primal aspects of your skills in battle, and so now you better not let your guard down while engaging in battle against me, Destroyer of Akko went on to then hit Beerus with his staff by responding, or else I will break you down and wear you out faster than you can possibly hope to imagine. And so now go and give it your all while battling against me, and do not let the pressure of this next drill be what hinders your ability to fight by using your all, Destroyer. Oh dear, well careful now while engaging against my brother Lord Beerus, Whis went on to then chime in, and whatever it is that you go and try and do, try to do it while giving you your all against him, my lord, to which as Akko was then shown attacking Beerus, it was only just as Beerus was shown barely having to avoid each and every single one of Akko's staff strikes was when Akko went on to then continue, in order for you to fight me at your absolute best, you will first need to imagine yourself in a scenario where you are fighting for your survival, Destroyer, and while locked within this battle for your survival, if you wish to walk away with your life, you will need to
I like how you had your hat on, that shit's funny.
Says, and so now that you understand this, what will you go and choose to do, God of Destruction?
I don't know why that's so funny.
Quit wasting my time and show me the full extent extent of your destructive powers? Are you going to tap into your inner nature and reveal to me a worthy power that is worth training? Or should I go and simply fail you now for wasting my time here, because I could see each and every single one of your moves coming before you are able to make them? Oh, who does this angel think he is to go and talk to me as if I'm some kind of a rookie here? Oh, you might be fast, Beerus went on to then quickly respond, but just you wait until I go and get a hold of you as soon as you stop swinging your staff at me. Hey, are you even listening to me? What could you possibly be looking at while in the middle of a fight against me, Commander? You better hope that I don't break right through your strikes and grab hold of you, to which as Ivalco was then shown having to look down was when Ivalco then went on to chime in. Good. So it would seem as though the second one has also completed the first task at hand, which now means that he too will be joining the destroyer and stepping into the second stage of their training. Excellent. And so now let us go and proceed with the pressure, to which as Gohan was then shown looking on down and noticing his chains also now shown having to snap off was when Gohan then went on to respond. Oh, there we finally are now. Hey, what the? Why do these chains automatically loosen the very moment one of these drills that Angel Ivalco placed before us is completed? Well, either way, talk about perfect timing, because for a second there I really didn't think that I was gonna make it, but now that these chains are just about to fall off, I better hurry and go see what he's putting Lord Beerus through before he goes in. But then it was only just within that very moment as Beerus was shown attempting to strike Ivalco, with Ivalco all of a sudden now shown having to vanish, was when Beerus then went on to quickly ask, are you even listening to me, Angel? Oh, now I got you. What the? What? Oh, and where the heck did he just go? To which as Ivalco was then shown getting behind Gohan was when Ivalco then went on to respond, and as for you, you're not out of the woods just yet either, because similar to that of your god of destruction, I'm not finished with you either, not by a long shot, and so as long as while you're here with me, you will continue to be pushed as well. And so now prepare to engage this next drill by using the truth and source of what drives your will to fight. Ivalco went on to then smack Gohan in the sky by responding, for you will both now be directly involved in direct hand-to-hand combat, warriors. To which as Gohan was then shown being slammed into Beerus, it was only with the two warriors now seemingly disoriented upon having to continue their training was when Beerus then went on to chime back in. Why, you idiots, what are you, blind or what? Get away from me and be on guard.
Oh, Beerus, don't be a bitch. Come on now, let him fight.
For if he's declaring that
you're not gonna take him by himself.
Hand-to-hand combat scenario, then do yourself a favor and keep your half of the beatings on your side, with Gohan responding, gosh, Lord Beerus, just take it easy, would ya? It was only an act. But then it was only once again now from out of nowhere, with Ivalco being shown having to dash right in between
that
Gohan
boy,
and Beerus,
he putting that pressure on
now
him.
being shown striking them was when Ivalco then went on to continue. Now, since when did I say for the two of you to lose sight of the bigger picture here and take your eyes off me? Because I didn't, for I can sense that the pressure is now starting to get the better of both of you, seeping into the cracks of your resolve, and that is where I need you both to pay attention the most, because it is the fundamentals of pressure that molds a warrior into becoming even greater than what they once knew. And so now resume your positions and engage with me at once, or I will go and put you both to sleep.
Oh, shit.
Then let's show him what we're made of, Lord Beerus, so I'm ready whenever you are, Gohan responds, with Beerus then having to chime in. On me then, mortal, and make sure that your eyes don't wander away from him either, and so now fire. But then it was only just,
come on now, this nigga trains the angels, dawg. Nothing simple gonna get at him.
Now shown smacking them right back down at Beerus and Gohan, it would only now appear as though, despite with the two of them now being shown working together, as this had proven not to be enough in having to stop Ivalco, was when Ivalco then went on to respond. Yes, there we are, now we're talking, but I know that this isn't the best that either of you can dish out against me, and so now go and take these back where they rightfully belong and quit wasting my time. To which as Gohan and Beerus were then shown kicking their own blasts away, it had only become fairly evident now that Ivalco was demanding more from the two, as Ivalco then went on to continue, as I want to go and see on how badly the two of you want to succeed, because under any other umbrella, despite with one of you being a god while the other being a mortal, could only bring yourself yourselves to go so far all on your own, which is why I will continue to apply as much pressure as I possibly can until you are both able to ascend. With Gohan responding, man, so he's not going to let up even for a second until he is able to get what he wants out of us then, huh? Well, I guess we're left with no other choice than to continue to push through, with Beerus then responding, oh, well, if that means going beyond my prime and getting back at those destroyers for their constant disrespect, then I'm ready to do what I must to reach my end goal. And while I'm starting to notice that you are both beginning to grow tired of Valko, went on to look on down by responding, this is going to be the one and only small break that you will both have until we are finished, and so I want you both to go and keep that in mind. And since you were both also shown dragging those catching balls across while standing on your feet, Valko continues, now I want to see you strap those chains back around your bodies, because now I want to see you try and climb above the following obstacle for the second part of your training. And don't assume that your hand-to-hand combat portion of the training is over either, because upon the moment where I go and tell you both to resume is when the two of you will go and get right back to it. And so now let's move, to which in the meantime, all the while when then venturing back into Universe 16, it was only just upon with Universe 16's God of Destruction having to dash right towards Broly's direction despite with Broly attempting to free Goku was when Pharix then went on to quickly shout, and while I should have went and made sure to have gotten rid of you first after seeing that brief moment of power that you went on and displayed in order to free yourself, I am going to make sure to put you away for good, so that way the other two are without a hope of survival, Saiyan. Wait a second, I have an idea, Goku then went on to quickly address Broly by responding. Listen to me, go and move out of the way right before he attacks you and let him go smash his way into the Sand Fist instead. Right, Broly says, to which upon Broly then being shown quickly moving out of the way as Pharix went on to smash right into Goku was when Pharix then went on to quickly respond, of course you would. What's wrong, mortal? I thought your race of warrior creatures were never known to respond as such cowards to run away, but I'm not going to let you get away from me that easily, to which upon Goku being shown dropping on down to the floor was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, there, it works. Now quickly, Broly, go and use every bit of force that you can and pull together and send him flying into Vegeta next. To which that was exactly what Broly ended up doing, because upon Broly then being shown having to quickly kick Pharix into Vegeta,
teamwork is the best work.
Shout, oh, are you annoying little bugs? Now I see on what exactly your little plan was to use against me. And because they baited me into attacking them, now I'm starting to become very annoyed at the fact, but this one, there is something very off-putting about this Saiyan here that is different than the other two. Despite being unable to wield the power of a god or beyond one in battle, but why is that? Why is this one so different when compared to the other two, and yet he doesn't appear to harbor any other power beyond this one?
He's like that. Come on, Pharix. You gotta know.
Among them if I am not careful, but I was wrong to assume otherwise, because there appears to be a far greater and far more aggressive power that I sense lying deep within his spirit, and so I must be careful, because if he is anything as Goku described for him to be, then I have to go and keep my eyes on this one at all times just to make sure that he doesn't ascend further. As Goku then went on to chime in, well, it's a good thing that we're free now, but can you move Vegeta, because we've got to try and, but then it was only from out of nowhere with Broly going as far as to interrupt the two by sticking his arms out was when Ikari Broly then went on to chime in, listen to me, you now, Kakarot and Vegeta, stay and don't move. In which, interestingly enough, with a strange energy now beginning to leave Broly's body and surrounding Goku and Vegeta was when Goku then went on to respond, hey, wait a minute, Vegeta, are you seeing this too? Broly's energy, it's reversing the effects of what Lord Pharix did.
What the fuck he doing?
The stone, Vegeta responds, it's starting to disintegrate, but how is his energy able to just simply reverse the effects of this so easily? To which, as Broly,
how the fuck he doing that?
Up was when Pharix then went on to quickly chime back in, now I see on what it was that he just did, for there is something within Broly's savage and unrefined power that acts as a counterbalance to the structured destruction that I currently wield, as it appears to be a stark contrast to the refined disciplined powers that both Goku and Vegeta wield as well. For now I am able to understand, and so you propose to challenge the might of a destroyer with mere solidarity, do you? Well, so be it then. But I will go and warn you all now that this will be the last time that you mortals are shown blindsiding me like how you were just shown doing, as I will go and prove to you all on exactly why that is.
Man, Goku, Vegeta, Broly, get his ass, bro. Knock his bitch ass out, man.
In the face of my power, only for them to be
nigga, a mummy. We ain't losing to no mummies out here, cuz.
Against me, but
I don't know why I'm talking like this, but
I will say that I have never in my time as a god of destruction have ever encountered mortal warriors who are anything like the three of you. All this simply means is that you will go down in the history books as being the first to actually force my hand in battle by trying, and so you should all feel honored. But if you think
you should
that
feel
I will
honored by
fall
my
to
lateness,
any one of Beerus's mortals as a result of this contest, then you have already lost. And with the little amount of experiences that you share by wielding power on the level or beyond that of a god, you are all doomed. As Vegeta then went on to chime in, oh, you see, it's like I said, Kakarot. Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, we can still find a way to win aside from using fusion, because while we continue to stand across from him, I know that we could find a way to beat him. With Goku then having to respond, well, if that's the case, then let's hold off on fusion unless we absolutely can't find a way to beat him, and let's go and try and combine our skills in combat and take him down as one then, because at this rate, it's the only other shot that we have at defeating him. And so now, given the nature of how you kept insisting for us in order to stand a chance against you, Goku responds, that we'd have to go and fight you as one, well, that's exactly what we're going to go and do, God of Destruction. And while fighting you together as one, and since we don't have anything left to lose, and now that we all understand on what we're up against, we're about to now go and show you on just what our universe is really made of. With Vegeta then having to respond, and if you're truly as good and vastly more experienced in battle than we are, then now will be the perfect time for you to go and prove it. Because if there's one thing that you should never go and do, is that you should never underestimate the might of the Saiyan race, especially when they fight as one. Then so be it. Pharix went on to then approach the Saiyans by then responding, for I welcome you fools to come and attack me as one, but just remember that it'll be your grave that I will be standing on by the end of the day, for empires that fight till their dying breath are often ones that perish in vain, as it is a cycle that is as old as time itself, and you three will be no difference. For pride leads to failure and resistance leads to ruin, as you mortals of the 7th universe will become just another example of this ancient truth, and a further testament of your foolish defiance against a destructive force that you simply cannot comprehend. And so now come and see for yourselves if you truly wish to experience my words in real time, and I will gladly go and remind you all on exactly why you were forced to fight me together, and that is because you could never possibly hope to go and defeat me alone, Saiyans, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 16 saga manga chapter number 7 semi-finale then.
Damn. This is a good chapter. That was a cool little chapter right here. Cool little chapter. As we can tell, the next chapter will be probably the finale of that Pharix fight. I'm really interested in that, Gohan and Beerus training. I want to see how that turns out. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to see how that turned out. But yeah, man, it's a fire chapter from UnrealEntGaming. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the good work like always. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if you like my reaction, should like the check out the last chapter right here. Check out another Dragon Ball story right here, or maybe some gameplay or something. I don't know, whatever. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.